What's our solution to student loan debt? Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick, and I'm pretty sure in my 140 some odd episodes of this podcast, I've talked about student loan debt before, but I'm going to talk about it again because it popped up again. Essentially, a tweet came across my desk that said something in the nature of, I took out $60,000 in student loans. I paid $120,000. I still owe $60,000. Tell me why student loan debt shouldn't be canceled. Okay. There's a lot of pieces to that statement. And this is the problem with tweets. They don't make for particularly nuanced discourse. Let's start with the basics. What is student loan debt? Student loan debt is the amount of money, just unzipping my pockets so I can stick my hands in my pockets. Student loan debt is the amount of money taken and owed to pay off a student loan. What is a student loan? A student loan is an educational-based loan. What is an educational-based loan? It is the only type of loan, one of the few types of loans, that does not require any sort of collateralized program in order to take it on. A lot of loans, most loans, I would say, unless you're dealing with a loan shark or like a personal credit card loan, something like that, require what's called collateral. Collateral is something the loan is secured on. If you can't pay it back, the collateral is taken instead. A car loan, the car is the collateral. A mortgage, your house is the collateral. Stuff like that. Bail bond. Technically, in a bail bond, the bond itself is the collateral. Like, if you don't pay the bail bond, you are the collateral. You would be returned to jail if you don't pay back the bail bond. Student loans are weird, though. You can take out a student loan, and essentially, it's not really collateralized on much, because what is there to collateralize it on? Most people who take out student loans are 18 years old, and assuming your parents don't co-sign on the loan, which if your parents do co-sign on the loan, then there's other stuff that may get involved with that. But at 18 years old, we tell people that it's completely okay to take out $250,000 in debt for an undergraduate degree, no matter what the undergraduate degree is. And that's where we start to enter the realm of our antenna should start to raise. Now, the student loan crisis has escalated with the rising cost of higher education. And the rising cost of higher education is tied directly to the fact that the college is paid. If you don't think the college is paid in all this, you're wrong. The loan company pays the college. The college gets its money. So college can charge you $1 million for a higher education. And you can take out a loan and to go to college because the system allows you to do that. And the colleges still get paid. There's no financial incentive for the college to care about how many loans you take out. They're actually incentivized to help you get the loan to pay them, no matter what your degree is. If you got a degree, and I'm not making fun of the major, I'm just saying, if you got a degree in underwater basket weaving, when there are no jobs in underwater basket weaving, except for teaching underwater basket weaving, you still can take out that loan. There are no requirements with the loan. Usually. Sometimes there's work study and sometimes there's other things. That's insane for a loan. When businesses take on loans, those loans are to fuel expansion in the business, ideally. Sometimes businesses go bad. Sometimes businesses make bad calls when taking on debt. They do it a lot, actually, but they also take on debt a lot. It's a vehicle in the American economy. The problem is the colleges are the businesses who should be taking on the loans. And instead, they're making their students take on the loans. And I sound like Kermit the Frog. But look, in a actually intelligent world, student loan debt would look something like colleges, directly loaning out money to students. That way they have a financial incentive to make sure that you actually pay them back. And a financial incentive not to bend you over a barrel and essentially not to trick you into 4 years of a useless education. No, the colleges should not essentially get the benefit, and that was the Bills notification on my phone. Sorry. The colleges essentially get the benefit of your bargain while you take on all the risk. The college gets paid 100%. The loan company gets paid 100%. You get raked over the coals. And look, I think college can be very useful. And for a lot of people, it's very important. For some people, it's important just because they got done with high school and they're not ready for the real world yet. They're just frankly not ready. They need more time. And that's okay. That's a perfectly okay reason to go to college. At the very least, you're learning something, and there is no education that is wasted, even underwater basket weaving. No education is wasted. But that being said, the system by which we do that, essentially forcing those in the least capable position of taking on the loan to take the loan, to go to higher education, which we've sold as a necessary piece of the American dream, which it's not. That's a discussion for another day, but it's not. Look, it's frustrating. It really is. If you're going to like medical school, for example, and you're taking on a bunch of loans to get there, you can amortize your salary out as a doctor and come up with a decent plan to pay off the debt you take on to do that. If you're a lawyer, same deal. And if you're a lawyer or a doctor, there are also programs you can enter where your loans can be discharged because you provide a service. For example, you work in the district attorney, public defender, or something like that, and they discharge your loans because of your service. They discharge your federal loans. Private loans are under no such obligation. You need to be very careful with private loans. Federal loans are from the U.S. government or are backed by the U.S. government, and private loans are entirely backed by private companies, banks, what have you. You may get better rates on the private loans, but those private loans typically don't have special discharge programs. Always read the terms and conditions. So what's my warning when it comes to student loan debt for anybody who's thinking about going into higher education or thinking about entering higher ed or thinking about going to grad school? If you're done with higher ed and you're thinking about going to grad school and you're thinking, well, I'd probably need to take on loans to do that. First of all, no education is wasted, like I said. And in a lot of cases, it's very, very helpful. An MBA can be very, very useful, especially if you just don't have the raw accounting skills to, work in the business world that you want to work in, or you feel like it's a huge hole in your resume and there's no effective way for you to get those skills. Law school is necessary if you want to become a lawyer. Medical school is necessary if you want to become a doctor. Dentist school is necessary if you want to become a dentist, and underwater basket weaving certification school is necessary if you want to weave baskets underwater. Look, if you're going to take on student loans, look into those terms and conditions carefully. Understand what you're signing and make sure you have a plan in place. The plan will change. It'll change 10 times. But those loans will survive you if you are not careful. And other people will have to take them on and other people will have to pay them, whether it's your estate or whether it's family or whatever. Always read terms and conditions before you sign a binding agreement, even if it's just a legal document offered to you by your acting teacher. Read that, read everything, especially things that are loans. Fight Congress here and find a way to cap the cost of higher education. And that starts with capping the cost at the source, which would be the universities and the colleges themselves. I'll rant and rave about universities and colleges another day. For today, I'm out of time. Be careful with student loans. Be careful with any loans. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.